Mr. Speaker, the National Post is reporting that the Chinese Communist regime has opened at least 3 police stations on Canadian soil to keep tabs on Chinese Canadians. China maintains the stations are just there to help expats with administrative tasks like renewing their driver's licenses. But the Chinese Communist regime is not in the habit of telling the truth. This isn't the first time we or the Prime Minister have heard about Chinese communists harassing Canadians. Is the National Post story accurate? And without the rhetoric, can the Prime Minister tell us what he's going to do about it? The Honourable Minister of Public Safety.
Clear track record of providing all of the tools that are necessary to our national security apparatus to combat the kind of foreign interference and threats to national security that my colleague across the aisle talks about. It was the last Conservative government that cut nearly $1 billion out of that national security apparatus. We restored those cuts because we know it's important and paramount to protect Canadians from all threats, and we will continue to do that.
Mr. Speaker, the government's priorities are descending into farce. They won't allow U.S. officers into Canada to reopen Nexus offices, even though we have an agreement and the United States is an ally. Meanwhile, Iranian officers freely come to this country to intimidate Canadians because they won't list the IRGC. And now we find out that police officers from the People's Republic of China are operating out of 3 offices illegally opened in Canada, intimidating Canadians. So what is the government doing about these illegal police stations in Toronto?
The Honourable Minister for Public Safety.
Mr. Speaker, I want to be unequivocally clear that we continue to condemn in the most strong terms the brutal killing of Mahsa Amini in Iran. We will continue to ensure that we are taking every appropriate action to hold those responsible for their transgressions. We stand with the women. We stand with everyone who is advocating for human rights, Mr. Speaker. And speaking about women's rights, it would be a fine moment for Conservatives to stand up and apologize for the way in which they exploited technology to proliferate hate among anti-women misogynistic groups. Today is the day to do that, Mr. Speaker.
The Honourable Member.